Good evening, fellow crypto investors, and welcome to our weekly crypto update. Today, we're going to take a look at the Piccolo Inu crypto that has sort of hit the market by storm. And we're going to do a weekly review of multiple different types of cryptos that are out there. Uh, Cryptos that I tend to hold, cryptos that are sort of in the market that are driving a lot of interest in the chat groups. So I wanted to start out with Piccolo Inu. We've had a review of Piccolo Inu before, but I just wanted to do a weekly review of where the current price is, what has changed over the course of the last week or so with Bitcoin and where it sits with Piccolo, and then also any reviews, if there are any, with any types of online videos or sourcing or anything like that. So let's start off with the Bkex exchange, which is the exchange where I like to buy Piccolo Inu, or also known as Pinu, on here. So I like to trade on the Bkex, and it looked lately within the last week or so, it seems to have a consistent up. So if you look here, about a week ago, it started to go on quite a bit of a downtrend, and now it looks like it's starting to pull itself out of the tunnel and out of the hole. I think that could be because recently they just had a YouTube video with the CEO of the company and the gaming maker that is producing the cards for the game, because Piccolo Inu plans to produce NFTs in games. Let's see if I can pull a couple up here. Uh, so on the NFTs, they sell them on OpenSea. So you take a quick look on OpenSea, you can see some of the cards that they have listed for sale. And they are some pretty cool looking cards. So it looks like they've put some time and effort into the design of them. So they have mentioned that these NFT cards are going to be used for the game that they plan on producing, and they sounded like they are going to have a game ready for Q2 of next year. That's going to be a playable version, not a full version, but a playable version. So these NFT cards are planned to be used in the game itself. They said by the end of this year, they plan to have 150 of the cards developed with 10 variations of each. So that means there should be at least 1,500 cards released. I also looked earlier at OpenSea's just to look at the cards that have been sold. I do look at that. Some of the cards are actually going for quite a bit. Like this one here is for 43,000, so that's quite a bit of money that would be going into either the company or just money going in and out of the sales for that company. But also, I wanted to take a look at sales within the last 30 days, and I did notice that there are quite a bit being sold. This one here sold for 2,100 bucks. This one here for $2,100. This one sold for 43,000. So it looks like or sorry, these are listings. Let's go back to sales here. I did look at some that did have some sales that were selling for right around the same time price. So this one right here sold within this month for 5,800 bucks, which is quite a bit for a beta trading card in its first design mode. But it did sell for 5,800 bucks, and the other one that I seen sold for $780. So they are making the NFTs and they are selling them. So it seems to be making progress on that. If you go to another chart, CoinGecko, it looked like today it took like a major dump for a little bit and then it popped right back up. So I was wondering if that was like a little glitch in the program, but I also looked on another one and it did the same thing. It took a major dump and then it came back up again. But look at the volumes. It was sort of just chugging along like it normally did. Massive dump, and then look at up here in the shadow, massive up. So something happened today. I'm not really sure what, but something definitely happened today. Because I looked, if you go back to Bkex, and I have some Piccolo in there, not a ton, but if I look at just my assets and my asset overview, because that's generally where it gives you an idea. Like I looked at my asset overview because I just have some in here, and I looked at this here, and I'm like, wow, okay, everything looks normal. Look at this, and I was like, wow, it just dropped right to zero, and then came back up again. So it not only just affected the exchanges, but it also affected everybody's wallets too. So everybody panicked a little bit there, I'm sure. That would have been an awesome time to place a buy and then a sell, so well, whatever, we missed that spot, but something interesting happened there. So we'll just keep an eye on something like that. But overall, it does look like they're still developing their NFTs. It does look they have it looks like they have a great team. So I'm gonna hold Piccolo for quite a bit, maybe a couple of months. We'll see what happens. If you look at the 7-day chart, it looks like it had a big spike and then it's coming right back down. And this is where I was saying right here, where they're starting to dig up out of the tunnel again, where it's starting to pull up. If you look at the overall, I would say probably right around a 90-day is where it really started to come down. You can see it was up here quite a bit and it starts to trend down. But this week's been really interesting because it's not just this crypto, but if you look at other cryptos out there, Bitcoin took a major tank on December 4th. So, that has a big effect on all the coins. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Because Bitcoin did take a little bit of a dump. I want to say it's almost a 10% drops that they took um, earlier this week. On December 4th, it just seemed to bottom out. And they're saying the reason that was because of that Evergrande group, the group over in China that owns a lot of real estate. They said that they were not going to be able to pay their bills, and they have several $billion worth of stock in real estate. So they were thinking that that was going to affect the market, which, now these investors are all in crypto now, which is affecting us, us cryptoers. It used to be just people in crypto messed with crypto. Now you got Wall Streeters, which are affecting it and doing these panic sales based on the markets. So the markets are driving crypto, it seems like a little bit. But right here, the other day, you see on December 3rd, we're looking good, just as normal 56. And then the next day, bang, it drops right down to 46. So it dropped 10 grand in one day. And now it's starting to pull out, but it hasn't pulled back up yet. So this could be the same reason why Piccolo is starting to pull up a little bit. It's not just Piccolo, the Saitama, Ratcoin, all those other coins that are out there, SHIB, they're all starting to pull back. Dogecoin, it took a pretty big hit too. It was down to almost 16 cents. I think it's right around 17 and a half, 18 cents, somewhere around there. So it's been a weird couple of days. So I believe it's sort of following the same trend as all the other coins. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But right now, Piccolo still looks like a good coin to hold on to. We've had a little dip here today, which is sort of interesting, a little dip, but we'll keep an eye on it. But everything else looks pretty good for Piccolo Inu, so I would choose this to hold on to for a little bit, at least until the second quarter of next year, when they get these NFTs out there and they start to drive some demand. Because I mean, if you look at some of these NFTs, they are really cool. And the NFT markets, it's definitely been booming. Like you look at this current price for this one Piccolo Inu card, it's $43,000. I mean, when you just say 10 Ether, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 43 grand that could be possibly going into that company's pocket just to start out the game. Cool looking card, it looks like they put a lot of design work into that. So this could be a driving factor for this crypto right here. So I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on this one, and I will keep everybody else informed too. So I appreciate you guys tuning in for the weekly review of the crypto Piccolo Inu. Like my page, subscribe to my page. If you guys have any questions on any other cryptos, or if you want me to review another crypto, let me know. I'll take a look at it. I'll look at the charts for the last couple of months and see what the ups and downs are, and we will sit together and have a little chat. Thank you guys. Have a great evening.